Borderlands.
Well, we're here. Don't worry about saying goodbye.
Welcome to Pandora, where literally everything is most likely gonna make you laugh your ass off before trying to kill you. As one of many vault hunters, players must traverse the treacherous planet in search of incredible wealth. Well, bigger guns actually, but whatever.
I hear getting eaten alive by bullymongs isn't such a bad way to go.
With its signature loot system, scavenging for weapons and other items has never been so rewarding. Hey, you know what they say, there ain't no rest for the wicked. Number 9, Kingdom Hearts. Every Disney fan's dream came true when Square Enix took icons from classic animated films and meshed them together for a heartfelt adventure with one heck of a nostalgia factor. As the Keyblade Master, Sora, along with familiar faces Donald Duck and Goofy, must overcome the likes of the Heartless, various Disney villains, as well as Organization 13, in order to save the Mouse House multiverse.
You're honest. Don't worry. We'll find the king and the steed.
With a snappy combat system, challenging boss battles with their own gameplay mechanics, and the sheer joy of seeing Mickey Mouse and Sephiroth in the same game, this series definitely knows how to bring out the inner child. So are we good, Square Enix? Now, can you please hurry up with Kingdom Hearts 3?
Oh, now, you don't really mean that.
Oh, but I do. It's just no use.
Number 8, Monster Hunter. This one is pretty much what it says on the box, and works all the better for it. Surrounded by every kind of monster you can imagine, and many, many more, players take on the role of a hunter of monsters, capturing and killing creatures of all sizes. As you might expect, these beasts will not go down easy, so it's up to you to properly stock up on the correct weapons, armor, and otherworldly items in order to stand a chance against the likes of the Gormagala or Rathalos. But, as is true for a lot of the entries on this list, the best experience comes from slaying together with friends. Number 7, The Witcher.
Look, he's awake again.
Monster slayer, my ass. A regular Harson.
Sometimes the world doesn't need a hero, it needs a professional. Geralt of Rivia's journey to recover his memories has led him through a whole plethora of beautiful, twisted, and haunting locations, which more often than not are filled to the brim with grotesque monsters straight out of legend. As such, players will be expected to investigate and take precautions before busting out the silver and steel swords, taking on everything from goblins to the spectral riders of the Wild Hunt itself. If you manage to get that far, this is, as this series has managed to pack in so many quest lines into its narrative that it's fit to burst. Also, the conclusion comes with one of gaming's hardest choices, Triss or Yennefer.
What about me? Don't I get any?
You just got exactly what you deserve.
Number 6, Deus Ex.
When you've robbed a man of everything, he's no longer in your power. He's free again.
Artificial human enhancements, secret organizations conspiring to influence governments, and multiple options to reach your goal. These are the key elements that have been with this cyberpunk series since its inception.
What do you have for me?
You can have this beer.
The original, released back in the year 2000, is widely regarded as one of the greatest PC games of all time, thanks to its overall focus on player choice and strong replay value. And while the series lay dormant after its disappointing sequel, it wasn't until 2011 that Eidos revived the franchise with a slap of gold paint, and modernized the series for a new generation, without sacrificing too many of the elements that refined the original. Well, we certainly asked for this.
There's a few months there that, the more I try to remember, the blurrier it gets.
Number 5, Fallout, Bethesda era.
Welcome, welcome. My name is Crow, and I travel the land offering vestments of protection. And you are fortunate I found you in time.
Roaming through a post-apocalyptic nuclear wasteland has never been so much fun. After the fall of civilization, players must venture through a world long gone, where the only semblance of order is barely held together by fractured societies whose ideologies tend to drift towards the immoral side of things. Oh, and there are super mutants and ghouls, which are basically zombies, to worry about.
Gotta come out sooner or later.
As you emerge from the vault and end up tackling the capital wasteland, New Vegas, or somewhere else, you'll find yourself a Pip-Boy's worth of missions, factions, and enemies to overcome, all of which are probably best handled by busting out vats and blowing up a few heads. Number 4, Mass Effect. Throwing their hat into the sci-fi ring has proven to be BioWare's most successful outing, as the antics of Commander Shepard and crew not only gave us an exquisite galaxy worth of content to explore, but an awesome third-person cover-based shooter that we were more than happy to spend hours investing in.
Are you sure all you've got is one lousy pistol?
Paragon or Renegade, assault rifles or biotics, Liara or Tali, Mailshep or Femshep. The choices as players set out to defeat the interstellar threat of the Reapers seemed almost endless. While action often took preference over customization, no one can deny the desperation they felt as they endeavored to keep their beloved crew alive, one suicide mission at a time.
You might be a specter to the aliens, but to me you're just another junior officer. Be respectful.
Number 3, The Elder Scrolls. Still going strong after all these years, the provinces of Tamriel are still finding ways to pull players back in. Expanding from the humble beginnings, from the ashy slopes of Vardenfell to the frosted valleys of Skyrim, this epic fantasy series is all about making your mark on a land with so much history to it that you can easily put days into reading through its readily available text.
Meet me at my home. I'll tell you the whole story.
But if browsing through the latest chapter of the lusty Argonian isn't your thing, you can always craft yourself new weapons and armor, explore dungeons, hunt dragons, serve Daedric princes, end a civil war, become the Dragonborn, join the Dark Brotherhood, and kill the Emperor all in one afternoon.
No matter. Go to High Hrothgar. Learn what the Greybeards can teach you.
Number 2, Dark Souls. While not as overt in terms of narrative like some of the other entries on this list, this punishing franchise has earned a reputation and a fan base that few have seen, mainly from just how damn hard it is, but that's not to be overlooked. Alongside its spiritual counterpart, Bloodborne, this series brought a new kind of fear to gamers. Fear of which kind of obscenely strong enemy was waiting around the next corner ready to drain you of your humanity. The difficulty spikes may seem like a hindrance at first, but with its gothic atmosphere, plenty of armor and weapons to suit your style, you'll find yourself revved up to take on Ornstein and Smog for the 50th time. Before we get to our top pick, here are some honorable mentions. Number 1, Diablo. The godfather of the genre still stands tall by continuing to bring us all the loot we could ever hope for. Centered around defeating the ultimate evil known as Diablo. The original not only had the feel of a macabre fantasy with its lore and abundance of creatures, but also blended together mechanics such as procedurally generated dungeons and even hack and slash elements. Elements which basically went on to define the action RPG genre. The sequels have only expanded on this, further delving into the richness of the environment, the characters, the class system, not to mention the fierceness of Diablo himself. Players who like their RPGs with a bit more bite and a little less text have a duty to at least check out this old school heavyweight.